Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I'm going to talk a little bit about the testing progress I've made on the Blazor code. There's a couple of other things I need to do to it. Really weird side thing too. I'm not wearing my wedding ring because I have to look at obs to see if I'm getting this on the... Yeah, you can't even see. Well, you can right there on that finger. I got this really weird bruise going on my finger, and we were eating dinner and she said, "What'd you do to your hand?" And I'm like, "What?" And I was like looking at it like I couldn't tell, and then I finally caught it in the light. I'm like, I don't know what I did. So not wearing the wedding ring, but which is really weird after wearing it for, I do take it off when I work out, but and I think when I take a shower, that's pretty much the only times I take it off. Otherwise it's always on, so to not have it on is kind of weird. But I don't know if it's like swelling a little bit. I really don't know what I did. That's the weird thing. It's like I don't know what I hit it on, or I don't remember pinching it or anything. So I'm like, what did I do? Who knows? In any event, I'm going to talk a little bit about the testing progress I've made. I want to spend some time trying to get some task coding done that I can then maybe transfer over into Blazor and see what that does, because I'm kind of curious. And then if there's time left, I might continue on the Selenium stuff. I finally figured out, I think, what I need to do. So we'll see there, but I can only record one tonight. If I record any more, they'll have to be tomorrow, because I'm a little tired and I need to do my February review, monthly review video recording tonight as well. So without further ado, let's get to it. So as you can see here, I should have done this as a video, but I was just kind of playing around with stuff, and I was really, seeing what worked and what didn't. So creating tests for the ViewModel, that's pretty simple and straightforward. I won't cover anything here, mostly because this is just stuff that you do for testing. So there really wasn't much to, other than just to make sure that I got the test to work as expected. The one thing that was interesting, though, is that, for example, let me actually move up to one of these. This one. The other ones could have done it as well. But when I get the geolocation, you'll notice that it calls runtime, but it's calling an extension method on the interface. So then you have to figure out, well, what is it actually then calling on the interface itself, whatever that extension method is doing. It's an interesting trick in that you can actually provide implementations for interfaces, sort of. You can actually do that now with C#8, but the extension method makes it look like you're actually providing an implementation for it. So that was a little weird figuring out, well, what's it actually doing? But point, that really wasn't the thing that was going to be interesting. It was this, getting the test host experimental testing thing that Steve Sanderson's working on, just coming up with an example to at least show you where this may be going. So I picked something that was about the simplest thing to do. I love it how you can't navigate to stuff like that. That's so cool. No, not the sequence. That would have been really complicated. Survey prompt. Yeah, this. So basically, when you initialize the component, that when you find the strong element, that there's nothing in there. But then when you initialize it with its parameter, then it actually sets the text. But you can't set it this way. This is interesting because if you do this, what you'll see is this will get a warning and telling you that you can't do that. So if I go to my error list, it should be in here somewhere. So this is a... I love it how none of their stuff, when you click on it, because I threw it over here, actually, works. But that has to be some kind of analyzer that's telling you not to do that. And it actually makes sense, because this is essentially a one-way binding, and it's only set by passing it in as a parameter. Okay, so I wonder if there's enough smarts here to go, where is this being set? Only in the test. It cannot determine anywhere else it's being used. Survey prompt. Is that in app? Or no, that should be... No, it's not the app. Main layout. Where is the survey prompt? Being stuck. It's not the nav menu, is it? Where do they... I know you see it. There we go. Yeah. So as a parameter title, how's Blazor working for you? You could change that if you wanted to. So you can't set that outside. So it's kind of... I'm glad I did this because this is also a talking point I can do during my talk, which is to say you can't set this like this, even though it technically works. You really shouldn't do this, and this is the power of analyzers because it's telling you, don't you do this. Because it's not going to essentially do anything, you know. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So yeah, definitely made some progress with that. So that was good. I did do some stuff with Selenium, and I basically copied and pasted the stuff here for the driver. Of course, this doesn't work because I know. Red dots. Oh my god. Wait until. See, this is stuff I'm like, I have no clue what this is doing. So if I say here, wait until. That's wonderful. Jeez, this is acting really weird. It's taking a func of... Okay. Obsolete. Now that mine's deprecated and will remove future release. This portion of the code is not migrated down to the lecture repository. That's great. Wonderful. Don't care. Because guess what? Yeah, add obsolete. That will be wonderful. I just want this to work. So it doesn't work because I haven't installed the WebDriver yet. I'll just have to do that later. Then if I get this to work, then I'll come up with a simple test to test something on my page to say, hey, if I put in the if I navigate to sequence with the value, does the current sequence have like text in there? And that's all I want to do, just to show that yes, you can run Selenium against something that's Blazor. It works just fine because it's all HTML at the end of the day. We'll get to that later maybe. So the thing I want to work on right now is, yeah, go away. The thing I want to work on right now is this idea of doing, and I forgot what I called it. Let's first of all make sure that, oh, I uncommented that. Did I? Yeah, I guess I did. Really shouldn't. There we go. My notes. Where are my notes? So yeah, I want to create a console host. So there's really three things three main things. The console host, and then to show task work, create sequence tasks razor and see what happens. I know what that means. Maybe do some maybe. Okay. Yeah, I won't have time to do that. I also want to try to do the mobile thing. I may not have time to do that. We'll see. Not tonight, though. Grab this. Back over here. What I want to do is add a new project, console app, called that. Oh, God. I always do that. Create. Because I'm an idiot. Okay, do the dance, make a little love, get down tonight. I want to do nullable, enabled. I really wish, God, this is what drives me nuts. It's like, what is it? I don't have the smarts in my head to remember this crap. Okay. I just don't. So nullable enable. Lang version latest. Yes. Grab all the things. We're going to keep that up for a second because I want to make sure. And the other one is usually true. Okay. So what I want to do here, add reference to our core. Okay. And so the thing I want to do here is say like private static int, no, big integer value and sequence length. Do you make these camel cased or Pascal cased? The world may never know. Find longest sequence. And here I can say I want to do a range of range. So I'm going to say for var I, actually no, I want to say it's going to be a range. No, range is, it is an index, and an index is actually an int, essentially, more or less, yeah. Okay. For var I equals range start I less than range dot end I plus plus. Okay. All right. So we're going to say var result is equal to big integer 0, 0. Is that even legal? Yeah, it knows. Okay. What's the problem here? There. Fine value. There you go. Jeez. So we're going to say var sequence is equal to new sequence let's sequence. I don't remember my own API, do I? I do. There we go. I think it will do the conversion. Yes. Okay. If sequence.length sequence.sequence length is greater than result dot. That's interesting. It is a tuple, but it thinks it's a big integer of value 0. Okay, I'm kind of curious. Okay, so the sequence length is greater than the current sequence length. Then set result equal to I sequence length, right? And then we return result. There we go. Now what I want to do is say up here, let's just start playing this. Let's say console out right line longest, well, let's declare a range here. Range is equal to 1,000 to 5,000. There we go, sorry. And that should be a range. Yes, it is. Good. Good. Okay, so longest sequence in range. I'm just kind of curious if I say range here is where our result is equal to program find longest sequence of range, and then we say here is result dot sequence length for result dot value. All right, let's give, oh, I don't need that. That's pretty quick. That's still pretty quick. That's taken longer. Okay, that's good. So it's cool. I like how the two-string or the thing works for the range. That's actually kind of nice. What happens if I say, like, let's do 1,000,000. Is that 1,000,000 right now? I could easily do this, right? I don't know if that's cute, cool, or ugly. I really don't know. Well, let's see how long this takes. Because the whole point of it is I want to say, okay, it took this long to run this way, okay? And I know if I do this like with benchmark, but in this case, I'm not really, our stopwatch is equal to stopwatch. Start a new one. Stopwatch that. Stop. Elapsed time is stopwatch. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Elapse, is that a time span? Yeah, let's do that. I know, I've been like wasting all these CPU cycles just trying to figure out what's the right two-string to do. So 8 seconds, well, almost 9 seconds. Okay, that's good. So let's trick this out a little bit. I'm gonna extract this to a method. Find in same thread. Find non-parallel. I don't know. Findy? That's not what I meant. So we're always going to set the range there, and then we can do it this way. Now what I want to do is trick this up a little bit. I want to say find parallel. Okay. And what I want to do here now is say for I want to say var tasks is equal to a new list of tasks. See if I remember how to do this. It's not something I do all the time. I'm going to say for var I equals 0, I less than environment processor count I plus plus. Task.add task.run, and the action we want to do is these are not tasks, they are tasks of big integer int. You know what? No. That's what it is. What we want to do is say find. No, this is going to be wrong for a second. Give me a break here. Okay. There. Now we're going to say task.wait. What I really could do is break this up into like smaller discrete chunks and then do it more. Right now I just want to do this. So we're going to wait all on tasks. Okay? Yeah, because you're too. So now the tasks are done. Okay? So now what I want to do is say for each var task in tasks, var result is equal to task.result, which should be that. Boom. Right? And so now what I want to do is say, basically I want to do, like I can't just say that was kind of weird. I don't know if that actually helped or not. Except we're not going to do the work here. This is just trying to find var task result is equal to task result. Okay, and I'm assuming these are working. You know, if task result dot sequence length is greater than result sequence length, then result is just equal to task result. Okay, we don't do this. Now we say stop there. Okay. All right, now we want to say find parallel range. Now what I want to do is say, okay, now here's the trick. Our new range is equal to range divided by 4. Can't do that, can you? It ain't gonna work. Okay, how can you divide a range up into 4 equal parts? I mean, I conceptually know how you do it. You have start and end, so you cut it in half, and then you have that, and you cut it in half, and those are your values. But what I'm saying is, what I really need to do is, I can't miss a value. So, what I need to do is the processor count. And I can assume 4, because I think that's what I have on my machine. But what I really want to do is be a little bit better about this, which is to say, like, if I'm going from A to B, and this is my processor count, okay, what I really want to do is kind of slide it along. in divisible elements of the processor count. But I have to be careful in that I don't like miss a section of the range. I'm just curious. C# range divide. Yeah, that's from 2016. Algorithm for dividing a range into ranges. But this is written in C. I can't do this. Here's what I would do. Find start with an array of the size of number of ranges to keep track of the length of the range. This calls bucket size number of ranges. Initialize the size of each bucket with the highest evenly possible length. Max minus min plus 1 divided by number of ranges, integer division. And find the surplus that couldn't evenly fit in each bucket. Divide mod number of ranges, remainder. Distribute the surplus as evenly as possible between each bucket, starting in index 0, add 1 to each bucket, while subtracting 1 from surplus. If index wraps to end of bucket arrays, start from index 0 again and continue until surplus is 0. Now we know the size of each bucket, we can generate the ranges. Oh! To find the range of a specific number, simply iterate the ranges array and match the range where range is. Oh, okay. I think I know what it's getting at. So what you're trying to do is come up with the best approximation for each range size. Yeah, let me just type this out so you can kind of see. Private, static, and I'm for right now just going to say a list of range. Do we call this distribute, divide, range? This is actually, you know, this might be something I put in Spackle. You know what? I only wanted to do one episode, but this is programming. I am going to continue on because I'm actually kind of interested to see if I can get this to work. So we're going to do another one and see if I can complete this one, and then I have to do my monthly review video. So thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.